Today we're playing the what if game, and today's what if game is, what if I was forced to choose a full EDC, what would those items be? In the last couple of days, I've been giving that some thought. I have some great answers for you for me personally, and I also have some alternative options. Basically, an option that might be a little bit more affordable or something that has better availability. I will have whatever I can linked down below in the description. And while we're getting started, let us know down in the comments what your EDC is for today. So if you clicked on this video and you're wondering what EDC is, it is and stands for everyday carry, meaning the items that you're going to keep with you whenever you leave your house. The items that you keep in your pockets, if you keep a bag with you, whatever you keep with you when you leave, right? And for most people, or for everyone, that's going to at least consist of a phone and a wallet. My phone, I'm using that right now to film one. It's a Google Pixel, whatever number, doesn't matter. But I also have a Motorola phone that I use and an iPhone that I use. Now, I don't want to dive into that. The phone is very obvious. Now, the wallet is a little bit different story. I have several wallets that I really like, and I have to say the Contour here is going to be the wallet I would choose right now. It is coming from Travax. It's USA made, but the thing about these wallets is, at least the Contour here, they start at like $140, $150, and they go up from there. Mine is the steel frame, and I bought Mississippi mud leather for my band. It is a very simple wallet, but a very durable and classy wallet. You can hold 8 cards depending on the size of the cards and thickness of the cards. You can fit 8 to 10 cards in here, and you can fit some cash right here, and then it cinches right up. Very nice and very classy wallet, made in the USA. I'm a huge fan of Travax, but like I said, these are pretty pricey, but I do have an alternative. Now, these are a little bit cheaper, or they have some that are quite a bit cheaper, but they're usually going to be between $60 and $90. And I've really grown to trust this company, and that is Exter. Any of their card holder wallets, they all have some different names. This is their bifold version of that, and this thing has been through quite a bit and still looks really good. If I gave it a little bit better cleaning, it would be basically brand new. But very nice stitching, and they have different colors that you can get. I went with the standard black here, but you have 2 sleeves here, and you have a cash band here. You can put about 8 cards in this bolt action area, and that does work really well. And then you have a back slot here for either added credit cards or other cards, or you can get an extra tracking card, which will track your wallet or whatever you put it in, but in this case, your wallet, and you can track your wallet with your phone. So I am not going to touch this, and I'm going to hope that the video doesn't get demonetized. If I had to choose a pistol, it would be, out of the pistols I have currently, it would be my Glock 19 Gen 3 in 9mm, of course, here. And I've been trying out some different lights. I have a stream light, I have a Surefire, I have an O light, and I think I have another one as well. I've been trying the O light out on this. It's got a slim profile. That is the Balder R. It's got the green laser, and it has a pretty good flashlight. That's not too overwhelming, and it's very easy to get on and off of the Glock, and it's very easy to charge. It has their magnetic base there on the bottom, but that would be the pistol that I would choose and go with if I was forced to do so. And we could dive into some of the pistol stuff more at a later date, but I do have Trijicon night sights for that to install and some other things to install on that, but I have to have time to do that. Also, that's kind of been a side project for me. What would the lighter be? Because, of course, I would keep a lighter with me Whether you smoke or don't smoke, I think it's a great idea to have at least something that can start a fire for you. And in the case for me, that is going to be none other than the Douglas Field lighter. And you can kind of pick whichever Douglas Field. This is the L, and I don't have any fluid in it right now because I'm not using it currently. I am testing out another lighter that is even more expensive, but this is coming from Katuo right here, and that is a great lighter, but it is very heavy. In the case of the Douglas Field, this is all aluminum. It seals up very well and retains the fluid very well. A very sleek little lighter, and it doesn't weigh much at all. And talk about classy here again. The Douglas Field, it doesn't get a whole lot more classy than a Douglas Field trench lighter, but that would be the go-to lighter for me. I've been using that lighter on and off for the last couple of years. This one's an exclusive, but they do have other options in brass and steel and raw aluminum, but this one here cannot be found anymore, but there are some just like it. And just to be transparent, most of the items that I've picked out today, I've bought myself. These are all items that I've bought for myself for the most part. There are a couple on here that I haven't, but I think everything but the extra wallet so far has been bought by myself, and that extra wallet is just proof on its own. It's held up well. It went through a year every day of construction and has held up extremely well. What would the pry bar be that I'd go with? You have the fulcrum and plenty of other options out there. Anyone who is familiar with my channel will know that I will probably say the Olay O-Pry titanium bit bar and pry bar, and that is what I would choose. There was a point over Christmas, these were going for $30. And I know they probably sold like hotcakes, but I think they usually fall right around 50, which is still a fantastic deal to get a titanium pry bar that is well designed. You have a decent pry end with a bottle opener there. But the main draw to this is you have the utility of the pry bar and the bottle opener. Not a huge deal, but you also have the capability of having some micro bits in here, and in this case, I have a 6, 8, and 10, which is going to cover, 90% of the knives that I'm going to carry, and it's just a perfect little setup. There's plenty here to get a good grip on this thing, but it's not too much, and it doesn't weigh a lot. Great magnet in there for these micro bits, and then it has a titanium milled pocket clip here. Just a nice little pry bar and isn't going to break the bank. You could always go with the fulcrum, which I have one. I've bought one. Love it to death. But I think realistically, this would be the better option. Next up, the flashlight or one of the flashlights that I would go with. Yes, I do have one other one here and a secondary option as well. Can't just pick just one. I gotta have a small one, a large one, and a backup, right? So the JetBeam E26, this was a struggle between several different flashlights, from the Trustfire Mini X3 to the JetBeam E26 here, Nightcore's brand of flashlights in the EDC series, some of Woobin's X series flashlights, and many, many more. The JetBeam just had the edge by a small margin. These are going to come in right around $80 depending on which one you get, 1800 lumens. But the thing about this is I like the rectangular body, USB-C rechargeable. You have a tail switch, but you also have a side switch here that is going to allow you to use all your main function, like your main light here, but you also have a UV light and you have a green laser. So I really like this flashlight for all the capability it has, and you can use the tail switch, which will take you direct to turbo, the 1800 lumens. But JetBeam is a company that is a dependable flashlight company. They've been around for over 20 years, and I've learned a lot about them very recently, and I've become a huge fan of them. Next up, we have my smaller flashlight pick. That would go to the Nightcore MT1A Pro here, 800 lumen and a nice sized EDC flashlight. Not only does this thing have the ability to use a rechargeable 14500 battery, which is what we have in here right now, but this also has the ability to take a standard AA, which is a huge deal to me. Huge deal. That gives you a ton of ability. We have an aluminum body here, and we do have a tail switch for this thing. But in regards to an EDC light, not a tactical light, not a security light, or an around-the-house flashlight, just purely based on EDC, this is a great size. It's lightweight, and 800 lumens is going to be plenty of power. Plus, you have that capability of rechargeables and AA's. Hard to beat at $40. Some of these items won't make sense for everyone, and for some they will. For me, I carry a set of earbuds with me 24/7 pretty much. I am constantly using them, whether it's for phone calls or content, listening to certain videos and whatnot. I always have some earbuds, and the ones I've been going with for the last several months is going to be these JLab Go, I forget what they're called, the Go 3s, I think, but it's an all-inclusive unit. You have the USB-C built right into the base of this thing. These come in at like 25 bucks. I have a second-gen Apple pair that I also use, but I tend to like these just a little bit better. They're just easier to deal with, and they give you a general idea of how much battery life is in. When you put it in, it'll say full power, medium, or low, and then it'll tell you when they're almost dying as well. But they have a great lifespan, and like I said, if you have the case, you have an all-inclusive unit here. You can charge the case, charge your earbuds, and these are like $25. Become a huge fan of the JLab company. And for my EDC fixed blade, I went with the Axial Alpine version 2. Now, only because of availability, there's not an Asher in this place, because Asher could easily be sitting here, whether it's the Fixie or the Little Buddy. But the Alpine, these are available right now. They're USA made. They're coming in Magna Cut. They have a beautiful Taco Kydex sheath, and they come with an Alti clip. They have several different blade shapes that you can choose from, and I believe different colored handle material, and I think they are doing other handle options as well. But we have the coated drop point blade here with the textured G10, and then I have a lanyard and titanium bead on here. Talk about ultra thin, ultra slicey, and extremely well made. The people over at Axial are fantastic people, and they put out a great product. The Alpine would be my go-to EDC fixed blade right now. I wanted to have a backup for people who maybe the Alpine is a little bit too expensive. The Real Steel Dex here, for an EDC fixed blade out of the box, this is a great little package. We have a Taco Kydex sheath. It comes with this belt clip here, and it does work fine for in the pocket. It's not a tactical pocket clip like an Alti clip would be, but this will retain the sheath and be just fine for a pocket EDC fixed blade. Nice little ramp here to kick the knife out. We have a satin drop point blade coming in K110. We have a crown spine. Real Steel does a fantastic job on their K110, and we have some beautiful micarta handles here with some satin hardware. Just a fantastic looking fixed blade, and these are relatively affordable, especially in comparison to the Alpine there. Great little EDC fixed blade coming from Real Steel. Next up, the multi-tool that I would go with would be something simple and something pretty classy, and that's going to be the Roxxon Flex, or at least that's what I call it. You have the ability to take these tools off, which I have done with this one here. You have a very easy access to your main blade, which is going to be D2 steel, which is fantastic for just a regular, everyday multi-tool. And to be quite honest with you, in what I am doing now, which is content creation, I have no need, and I didn't as a carpenter either, have a need to have a plier-based multi-tool with me. Now, I have plenty everywhere I would go or anywhere I would go, but it's not something I'm going to carry on my person. This is something I would certainly carry on me. It's a little bit thicker than a standard folding knife, but this has the ability to take a bunch of different tools. You have a nice minimal pocket clip here on the back side of this thing, and then you have a legitimate 1/4-inch drive here on the back of this thing that is held in place by a liner lock. Now, for the tools that I have in here, I've been just kind of toying with some different things. If I can do it without cutting myself, I threw the comb in there for the beard, and it works pretty good, actually, surprisingly good for the beard. And then I threw this multi-tool set in here. It is a pair of tweezers, it is a pen, and a sewing needle right here, if I can get it out, which is awesome in this little sleeve right here. And like I said, they have other options that you can get as well for stuff like this. Plenty of different tools that you can choose from. Fantastic little emergency set right there, though, in my opinion. Kind of eliminates the Victorinox for me personally, having these couple of implements. And then on the very back side, we have a pair of scissors. So this is a great little all-encompassing multi-tool just for an everyday user, and these are going to come in around baseline $40, which is fantastic. So for my full-sized beast knife, it's going to be, no question, the USA-made Demco 8020. This is the diamond titanium handle. Just a beautiful knife. Lynch Northwest deep carry titanium clip, aftermarket piece there. We're looking at a stone-washed 3V clip point blade with the cutout only, and this is going to be sporting the shark lock. Very comfortable, very robust, and a true locking folding knife. Something that's going to be ultra dependable, ultra reliable, and this thing's comfortable. It's not a slicer by any means, but it's a knife that you could get out, put in your pocket, and use this for anything pretty much, and it's going to get the job done up until you might need your fixed blade. And what would be my everyday carry slicer that I would go with? Something that's a little bit lighter weight. Going to go with the TRM Shadow. Keep in mind, guys, this is just for fun. Of course, there could be a ton of different knives here in place of these, but I just feel like this would be an ultimate combination here. The ability to kind of take care of pretty much anything that a folding knife could ever do. These two knives will do very well with the toughness of 3V and the shark lock, and the 20CV and this ultra tall, thin, slicey drop point blade with the river crossbar lock here. Just a fantastic combination. You could slice for days with this thing and hack down a little mini tree with the AD20 there. Now, to kind of gloss back over a couple of the items, we got the knives, we got the flashlights here, we got the JLab GoPro thingies there. We got the lighter, the Travax wallet, the Roxxon there, and that is just an idea and just for fun. You'll have to let me know, what are some of your favorite items for your everyday carry, and is there anything that you have to keep with you every day? For me, I like to have the freedom to change things up whenever I want. So this was ultimately very, very tough. I know there's some items missing, but the video would have been extremely long if we covered everything. But if you thought this was fun, let me know down in the comments and we'll come up with some more topics just like this. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. That helps push this video to more people. And if you're new to the channel here and you enjoyed this video, make sure you subscribe because I release videos just like this every single day. I'd love to have you here. Have yourself an awesome day. Go check out one of these videos because YouTube's recommending it just for you.